and welcome to another episode of Cooking Matters live on Facebook. Today we will be making pesto minestrone soup. Yum. I know it's a little bit warm outside right now, but it is a cold weather. So let me wash my hands so we can get started. Hands are washed. Forgot to take off my lanyard and put on my apron. Take my apron off because I'm afraid it's gonna cook when I lean forward, so that's why I take it off. All right, so we are going to start cutting up some garlic and some onion. Let's go ahead and start with that. And I'm using 1/4 of an onion. Just taking out the first, second layer, making sure it looks nice and pretty. And see how many cloves. Oh, these are tiny.
Melissa says, it's cold, I'm freezing.
We'll have some soup. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna use 4 garlic cloves because these are small. And with this weather and the powerful health benefits of garlic, so I always like to add a little bit extra and make sure it's always minced so you don't taste it in your food. That's a trick. If you love garlic, then you shouldn't have a problem smelling it and eating it. I just crave roasted garlic right now.
Uh-oh. That sounds yummy too.
All right. And usually what I do is do a dab. Take out the tip. Or just use my hands, kind of crushed it or push it, and it cracks the skin. There you go. And last one.
If you have one of those garlic presses or a garlic grater, could you use that too?
Oh, definitely, of course.
Okay.
That would save time. Go ahead and turn on that. And I'm just cutting them super small, super tiny. Move this out of the way. And remember, you can always go back. If they're too big, gather all your garlic. And always go back.
Watch your fingers.
Pushing your knife forward. Again, watch your fingers. Gather everything in the middle. And we're mincing the garlic. What do you think? Looks tiny enough? I think
Well,
so.
it looks tiny to me.
All right, let's move the garlic to the side. Let's work with our onion. Now for the onion, I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm just gonna cut straight down. See if this works. It's falling apart on me.
You're dicing.
Mm-hmm. Nice and diced our onion. That's with the other 1/4. See, this one's better because it has the tail on the back, so everything stays together. Let's see if this one does it better.
Little tricks.
And then you slice it in. Just be careful when doing this part and just be safe. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can always go back. Try to grab it all together. And there you go.
Look at that, nice little even little chunks.
And that's it.
No tail.
Now that's what I call not wasting food, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's go ahead and grab a little bit of oil if you want to come over here with me. A little bit of oil. We're going to add our garlic and onion. And while this is cooking, browning for a bit, we're going to cut our carrots. Make sure it gets a little bit of the oil. We don't want anything to stick. There you go. Everything's nice and glossy. That means it has oil. Okay, make sure trying to put it into one layer to make sure everything gets evenly cooked. All right. Now we're going to do carrots. And I am cutting tips and ends. And the wash. You can hear the sizzle, the onions.
I can smell the onions and the garlic. It smells yummy. Mm.
I'm making sure my carrots are well washed. And I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces so it's easier to work with. And I'm leaving the skin on, cutting it in half, and leaving them in half inch. Again, this is your dish. You can cut, add vegetables, leave vegetables out. So we're adding carrots, 2 carrots, and these are small enough, so I'm just gonna leave them in circles. Trying to leave the same amount of the same size so they're cooking evenly.
So the same thickness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just about. Yeah, because this one and this one might not be the same size, but
Same thickness. Okay.
yeah, so it cooks around the same time.
Whoops, runaway carrot.
Mm-hmm. And one more. Be careful. All right, bring the carrots over. Let's see how onion and garlic are doing. Oh, the onion's really translucent. Smells so good. All right, let's go ahead and add the carrot.
So you're sauteing the vegetables.
Then we're gonna add also the celery.
Ah,
It smells so good.
it does. Too bad this isn't smell-o-vision, guys.
Okay. Now, our celery. Go ahead and wash it. It's looking. All right. So for our celery, cutting the ends. I'm just cleaning my vegetables. Making sure everything's nice and pretty, taking out brownish parts, yucky stuff. That's gonna give it bad flavor to your food. These I'll cut in half, just so they're around the same size. There you go. And we can cut them and hat them with our carrots.
I see you took the leaves off.
Yes, I'll add them right now.
Ah, okay.
I'm not wasting.
I was just wondering, because I know at our house, if we're not using the leaves on the recipe, we dry them and make our own celery salt.
Oh. And how do you make celery salt?
It's just dried celery leaves that are ground up and some salt mixed together. That's all it is. But it's a lot cheaper than buying it at the store.
Does it taste like celery?
It has a mild celery flavor.
Mild? Okay. Interesting. No, I just like to cut them all together. I mean, little stems.
Well, it makes really good stock, the leaves.
I always add them to my dishes. I don't like to leave things out. Plus, it's going to be a veggie soup, right?
Yep.
I can add everything. We're not going to waste food. Alright. Now our celery.
These are going in. Oops, sorry guys. Ooh, that looks pretty.
Look how bright the carrots are. Bright orange. Go ahead, celery. Make sure everything makes it inside.
Oh.
So flavorful.
Smells yummy.
Alright, now we're going to add our chicken broth.
Low sodium or reduced sodium?
Reduced sodium. And you can use veggie stock, any kind of broth you have, at home or store-bought, does not matter. I didn't want to make a mess, but I made a mess.
Oh, these are happy.
Alright, now we're going to add our bow tie pasta. We can start cooking. Just gonna mix everything in.
And what do you have the heat on for that?
It's on low, medium right now. I'm gonna put a medium high.
Okay.
I'm just gonna add bay leaf.
Oh, this is a better view.
That side. I think because the light, you get the light from the other side.
Yeah.
Alright, now that the bay leaf is in and the pasta's gonna start cooking, let's go ahead and cut our zucchinis. Go ahead and wash them. And our green beans. This is a veggie soup, so a lot of veggies. If you don't have the green zucchini, you can use yellow squash as well. Take these out.
Do you string your beans or do you just cut them?
I'm just gonna cut them
Okay.
and then put them in the soup.
Okay.
Okay. of a sudden it's really quiet back there.
I
That's why
know.
I'm checking. Should I put the flame higher?
Let's look, guys. Should she put the flame higher? Well, should it be boiling by now? It's not.
No, I just turned it up right. Well, remember we just added the bow tie pasta.
Oh, it'll take it a minute then.
And I did put it on a little bit higher.
Yeah. Let's give it a minute, see how it does.
Actually, these I want smaller because the carrots are already in half moon. Right. Cut the next zucchini. I don't want to add it if it's really gonna start to heat up and boil. High and cover it maybe a bit. See if that helps. And again, you can substitute veggies, add extra veggies, omit some veggies and add your favorite ones. Now it's getting warm because I hear the
You hear
stove.
it ticking, yeah.
Okay, it wasn't just me. I was like, it's too quiet back there. So we have zucchini, and then we have the green beans. Let's see how it's doing. It's barely gonna start. It's warmer. Oh man. Let's go ahead and add the zucchinis. It's looking so pretty. It's so colorful. We're not even halfway. Well, kind of halfway with the ingredients. Try not to splash. Get it on the camera.
Oh.
There goes one. And that's why I like to use my hands instead of a spoon or a knife. So just move it to the side so I don't step on it. I think the carrot does it. Makes it pop.
The color, yeah. Well, it would be fun to use the rainbow carrots in this.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Yes. Those bright colors.
Yeah, mine aren't growing yet this year.
They're not?
No,
Not yet?
they're being late bloomers.
Do they bloom in the cold?
Yeah, carrots can grow all year round.
Hmm.
You just have to remember to replant after you pick them all.
Let's see. What size do I want these?
Bite size? Is that a? Can't see so good from here. Let me see. There we go.
Half an inch?
Okay.
Well, because I want them to fit in a spoon,
Right.
but not too big. What's the story of the Three Little Bears? Not too hot, not too cold, just right.
Yep.
So not too big, not too small, just right.
Depends on the size of your spoon and the size of your mouth, huh?
I'm just cutting the ends.
I was thinking when my kids were little and I made soups, we would grate the carrots and grate the bigger vegetables, the zucchini, so we grate it so that it was easier for them and I didn't worry about them choking.
You know where I grate my zucchinis and my carrots?
Where?
In my meatballs.
Oh.
Because you eat all your veggies and you can't tell because you're eating
It's
meatballs.
in there, yeah. That's a good idea. I hear it ticking.
This is the trash. So I make sure I didn't put the trash
have my mask on so I don't smell anything. Peek in the. So how many beans do you think you grabbed there before you started cutting? So like maybe like a handful or?
How much it is?
Yeah, how many? Oh, okay, you're gonna measure.
Well, let's see. So far I have 1 cup, so half a cup maybe when
Okay.
I'm done cutting these.
Okay.
But like I said, you can add
more.
more. For example, I'm not gonna use a lot of kale, so I could use spinach. I can add extra zucchinis. I can do,
Fill it in with what you have.
yeah. And again, any vegetables that you have at home, you don't have to go and purchase something just because the recipe calls for it.
Gotcha.
Just use the ingredients you have at home. If you don't need to go out, don't go out. Stay home. Yeah, even for me, for the shopping here, I go every 3 weeks and try to purchase everything.
That's really good.
Yeah, about a cup and a half.
Okay. And how many people do you think this serves? I'm asking a lot of questions. It's boiling.
How many people?
Like maybe 6?
Yeah, 6 bowls. Does it say here? The portion makes 9 cups.
Oh. Wow.
So yeah, cup and a half
Okay, cup and a half of
green beans. There you go.
Ooh, it's a boiling.
Now we're cooking. 'Cause you want the bow tie pasta to cook.
Oh, got it.
I mean, it doesn't take that long, but by the time we're done cooking everything, it's gonna be done. Alright, let's lower it a little bit, and let's go ahead and add our green beans. Let's go ahead and mix everything in. It smells so good. And I like my soup's chunky. A lot of veggies. Alright, so now let's go ahead and do the kale. Drain some of the tomato juice. I have basil, garlic, and oregano diced tomatoes, canned tomatoes. If you have fresh tomatoes, go ahead and use those. I'm going to use the can and also wash my kale. If you don't have kale, you can use spinach, collard greens, any other greens that you have.
So it's like a Swiss chard or something like that. Okay.
And I'm just gonna break them since it's here. I'm just gonna break them into smaller pieces. Most of them aren't, guys. I think this one is chopped kale, so it's in small pieces already. Just want to make sure everything fits in my spoon. Should be fine. Let's go ahead and add it. And draining my tomatoes.
And you said you weren't draining all of it, just some of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, let me go ahead and cut them a little bit more. I feel they're too big.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use half of the can. Yeah, use half. See, because I feel they're a bit too big.
Too chunky.
Yeah, so I'm just cutting them in half. The size that they have, just in half. And if you buy them with flavor, like this one has basil or garlic and oregano, you don't have to add any more spices.
Okay, so what's in the can would be enough for the whole soup.
Yeah. But if you go with natural tomatoes, then you do have to add more seasoning.
It's really pretty.
I think I'm gonna add a little bit more stock. Not even half. Just a little bit more because I still need to add the beans.
Oh.
Just because I don't want it too dry.
Mm.
You see? Oh, much better. There you go.
So it was too dense before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Add a little bit more liquid. Now let me go ahead and rinse my beans. I didn't want all the salt there. Get rid of all the kale that's in here. And go the beans. A couple of them stuck in the bottom. That's why I'm adding water. Alright. Okay, now the beans.
Oh, that looks nice.
Really pretty.
What do you think about broccoli in this? You
You
think
can
that
add broccoli?
you think it would work?
Yeah. Why not?
Don't know. You're the expert.
Let me take this one. I was reading to see how much of the pesto
Oh.
sauce.
Okay, so. Oh, I forgot the pesto sauce.
That's why it's called pesto minestrone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Okay, let me.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to that
See,
spot.
she's
I
got-
just need to get.
She's got pesto and all these other spices here.
Well, I have sage, parsley, thyme, and my chicken bouillon. It's the ladies.
Ah.
Okay, so start with sage.
So it's a
Teaspoon.
teaspoon? Okay.
Half a teaspoon of thyme.
Okay. And you're just eyeballing that.
Yes.
Okay.
1 tablespoon of parsley. Tablespoon of chicken bouillon.
Chicken bouillon. Okay.
Actually, just one too.
So she's got the pesto.
Yeah, but I'm gonna grab the
So you're-
chunky part.
So you're mixing because the jar's been sitting. So you're
Yeah.
mixing it.
Making sure I get everything all the way to the bottom. And then we're just gonna use 1 tablespoon
Oh, okay.
for now, and then we'll try it. Right on time. The bow tie pasta looks cooked.
It does. That's perfect timing.
I don't know, I feel I need to add more pesto sauce. That 1 little tablespoon.
Didn't go very far, did it? Well, that's how we learn.
And it's always good to add a little bit at a time. You never go back.
Right.
Especially with salt too.
So I wonder how strong the flavor is of the pesto.
We'll try it right now.
Okay. That's making the broth a pretty color.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. Alright, moment of truth. Go ahead and taste it. I'm making a mess already. Needs more salt. A little bit more. Good on that. Looking good. I think the soup's just yelling at us saying, eat me already, I'm ready. Really, really good. Alright, go ahead and try it again. Then I'll be ready to serve. Perfect. Really, really good. So there you have it. We have bow tie pasta, white beans, canned tomato, carrots, zucchini, green beans, kale,
It looks so pretty.
celery, onion, garlic,
Looks
and
like
pesto sauce.
it's like a garden in a pot.
Alright, let me grab a plate.
Okay.
Be ready to serve. Ready to serve and ready to eat.
Melissa says yum.
And I think you can add Parmesan cheese.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you what you would serve this with. By itself, or would you put a salad with it? 'Cause there's so many vegetables already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you really need anything but the soup. Nice.
So there's nothing wrong with getting seconds because it's soup, it's full of vegetables, and it's healthy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We made pesto minestrone soup. Thank you so much. It's perfect for this weather. It's so yummy and delicious and healthy. And we do post the recipes online, so follow our page for that. We have our recipes here. And don't forget, right now at 4, Richard DeCrane, our culture advisor, goes live at 4. We also have on Tuesdays our homework lounge. So if you need help with your homework, log on to the page, let us know, and we'll send you the Zoom link. All right. Next week we will be making creamy chicken ramen soup. So.
Oh, that
I
sounds
know.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.